Let's do it, let's do it, let's do it, let's do it.
Let's get it. Let's do it, let's do it, let's do it.
Okay, now welcome to 4th and 1.
Hey, come on.
I always got that down. I say now welcome.
Come on in, hey. Come on in, hey. Come on in, let's begin.
Okay, now welcome to 4th and 1.
Hey.
Well, I always got it done. Bring it
facts by the time.
I say now welcome.
Hey, come on in, hey. Come on in, hey. Come on in, let's begin.
Welcome to 4th and 1.
Oh.
Okay.
Look at that pad on.
Okay, now welcome.
Come on in, hey. Come on in, hey. Come on in, let's begin.
Okay, now welcome to 4th and 1. Well, I always got it done. Bringing facts by the time before the rising of the sun. But this ain't me in the shotgun.
Ooh. Oh, what the sweet feet. Watch yourself. Turn around. Oh, around the world. Hey, through the leg, through the other one. Oh, stretch. There you go. Oh, got some more.
This is me in front of TV.
Hey.
Okay, this me in front of TV.
Turn it on.
Can't forget my dog Peggy in front of TV.
Come on.
Big one, the little one, VJ in front of TV. Jimbo in front of TV. Double D in front of TV. Drop top in front of TV. Say this me in front of TV.
Come on, turn it on.
I say this me in front of TV.
Come on, turn it on.
I say my cigar in front of TV. Big Peg in front of TV. VJ in front of TV. Drop top in front of TV. I say this we in front of TV.
It's we.
I say this me in front of TV.
Big boogie.
I say this me in front of TV.
Uh-huh.
Me in front of TV.
Okay.
Me in front of TV having a whole lot of fun.
Hey. Come on now. Take a sip, don't you?
Woo. Sheesh. Wee. Now listen, I have been given some words to give you people. And while I have your undivided attention, make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you comment, but most of all, make sure you do what?
Subscribe, dog.
Mm-hmm. You can do better than that, Peggy. So make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you comment, but most of all, make sure you do what?
Subscribe, dog. Come on, I had to get it up off me.
Pull up on me.
It's gonna be a good one.
Now, since you don't know, but I know who know.
What's up?
How to get the people to like, to share, to comment, but most of all, make sure they do what? Subscribe!
Yeah! Jimbo slice, everything nice. It's getting hot in here, huh? Hot in! So hot in here!
It get hot in that kitchen, boy. Man, so you've become the standard, Jimbo. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. How we started? First down! Wild moment of the week. Let's see what we got.
Cam Ward, first up at the ACC Pro Day and setting the record straight that he needs to go number one.
There was a throw that you did on the run, where you hit a dime, and it looked like you turned to the Titans brass, Chad Brinker and Mike Gorzanzi, and said something to him.
Yeah,
what did you say to him?
I said, I'm solidifying it today.
You solidified it today.
Locking it up.
They heard you? They laughed
I made sure they heard me.
So, Boog, man, that's that. So you have Cam Ward over here that's performing in the ACC Pro Day. Yeah. Then on the other side of the Big 12 Pro Day, you have Shedeur Sanders that's sitting out.
One of the things that strikes me is just how comfortable you are in your own skin. The way that you come in, wearing the chains, hats, and all that other stuff. So much of being successful is being authentic. How are you able to just be so confident in all environments when everyone is criticizing how you go about doing things, playing, walking around, etc.?
Because you're either going to be watching or you're going to be talking about it. It's going to be one of the two. So I'd rather be the one, getting talked about than the one just watching, hating on another guy. So that's what I do. I got the utmost respect for everybody, that has had some type of success in their life because I truly understand how hard it is. So I think people take that human factor out, how hard it is to get to that point.
Press pause right there, Peg. Hey, I want to say this, man. And I think Shedeur brings up a good point that is a wide spread of like what people digest for what the truth is. And this is really, I don't want to say the plague, but it's a constant of where we are as a as an athlete these days, even as the kids, you know what I'm saying? And while he was talking, I'm reminded about this. Every critique is not a hating analysis.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, people have jobs to do.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro. And the ones that have genuine love for you can also critique the good and critique the bad. So let's say this. Every time somebody critiques your play, Shedeur, Cam, Travis, Jaylen Milroe, bro, that don't mean that person's hating. And I think we got to stop digesting it or observing that as hate. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, like everybody is expected to respond how they deem that makes them feel. As a sports journalist, as a beat writer, as no matter where you are. And sometimes it may be the truth and it may hurt your feelings.
Yeah.
And it still may be the truth. But that shouldn't be warranted by you coming up with the analysis that's just hate. And I think there's too many times that athletes as a whole just feel like hard coaching leads to, man, he just hating on me.
Yeah.
Hard critique or analysis of your performance, it just, to your mind, it's like, man, he just hating on me. But it's like, no, bro, like that's the truth, though.
So how do you differentiate what is hate? It's like, man, is something that's not true. Is it always got to be one side of like, man, Shedeur, you're not doing this. Cam, you're not doing this. Travis, you can't do this, can't do that. So when do they differentiate? Is like critiques or is hate? Like, how do you know between the two?
I think a lot of times it has to do with, and we've talked about this ad nauseum, it has to do with, it's not the message, it's the messenger.
Okay.
Oh, man, he just hating. It's like, but is he though? Am I though? Or am I calling it how I see it? You feel me? And yeah, I don't think I would have ever appreciated a player's critique from the journalistic side as much as I appreciate it now. You know, when you see guys who are extremely talented in covering sports and they may not have played the game, but that doesn't give him or he or she the opportunity to speak about it.
Yeah.
And I think so many times as athletes we get caught into, but did you play? How you know?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they may not be able to talk X's and O's like we may, but somebody know you don't got to play 10 years in the NFL to know if that's a bad throw or not.
Facts.
You ain't got to play 10 years in the NFL to know that was a bonehead decision.
You got some coaches that can coach better than people that played the game. They didn't play.
Belichick.
Hello.
Goodbye. Like he played, but he didn't play at the level.
level
Like
that-
Saban.
That he's coaching at. He's not.
But if Saban say it,
It's law.
it's the gospel.
Yeah. That's real.
It's in the book of Psalms. Like, come on, bro. Come on.
It's in the book of Saban.
You know what I mean? So, and I'm just using this as an example, not just speaking specific to what Shedeur said. It's like, yo, like people are really, like now, I see this past weekend, and I watched a little bit of the highlights of Cam Ward, and I seen that clip, run rampant, and he should want to be the number one pick because of the validity of the pick, not going to the team. I think it's more the accolade is in the pick more so than the team you're going to.
I'm the best overall.
You feel what I'm saying? And that's what people want.
Yeah.
But when you think about it, it's like this ain't gonna matter come November time, because it's gonna come down to
how you pan out.
Can you play?
Yeah.
Ask Caleb Williams how he feel right now.
Yeah.
Fake 60.
Yeah.
Like ask Andrew Luck how he feel. Peyton how he feel.
Cam Newton
how he feel. Yeah. It's like those are some sleepless nights where it's like, man, it takes you doing your job amongst there's a process that's going in place, and I don't think they know that. You can say it, but bro, you got now how the game has changed, man, you got the half of the season to prove if you can play or not.
Yeah.
Like, and don't let a guy like Jackson Dart get an opportunity to play and then he has success, and then now you're looking at the other quarterbacks that was picked before him, and it's like, what are we doing?
They trying to shuffle the draft. What, man, we should have.
Come on.
They make those graphics. If we
10 years, 2 years later,
who would you have
a
drafted?
remake of the like, come on, bro.
Don't be that guy.
Come on, don't do that.
Well, as we turn the page on Pro Day, we got to go to the book of prime time, all right? So Shedeur did not participate in the NFL Combine or the Big 12 Combine, but after Cam Ward's Combine and Miami Combine, Colorado dropped a flyer stating that We Ain't Hard to Find Showcase is going down April 4th at Colorado University with this top 16 draft eligible players from Colorado, which includes Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders. So we have some schools that's done it similar. Oklahoma, Alabama, and BYU all had nationally televised pro days. Now this is a mix now of a national pro day. It's kind of like a showcase and its own spectacle as for entertainment. So what do you think about this? Because it's like everybody's been wondering why Shedeur is not working out. Why is he not throwing? And then boom, they had this in the works all along. Because you're just not about to pop up with NFL live coverage just overnight. So
it's strategic
planning.
But in his shoes, you have to be. So I love this decision.
His is like Shedeur shoes?
Shedeur, yeah. Like what? Shedeur is in a position where he's in a spot where he has more to lose than more to gain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like look at Will Howard.
Okay.
For example, where he has everything to gain, too much not to lose. Like he's trying to take somebody's draft status, right?
And also he messed up, obviously, at NFL Combine.
You would think he did, but let's just say if Shedeur had a Will Howard type of
Combine. Yeah.
Oh, man, is he even the first-round pick? That's what they want to paint it anyway.
Yeah.
Now, let's look at it on the flip side where who's the Jackson Dart? Mm-hmm. He had an unbelievable Combine showcase. If Shedeur did that, I think you get here rather than losing all that.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Because Shedeur is definitely a top 5 pick. Mm-hmm. Definitely. That's a unanimous. He could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
And if he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's not going to be something that's surprising.
It's not a shocker, yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. If he did anything that warranted him to lose credibility for one of those top 5 picks, I think that's what he's obviously shown. Mm-hmm. And this is no different than anybody else. It's like when you say, why hasn't Shedeur Sanders performed? Does he have to?
I would say Travis Hunter doesn't have to, but Shedeur, I think it's.
No, but anytime when you're a projected top 10 pick, do you have to?
Like they know, you know what's up.
Like make no mistake about it. Marvin Harrison Jr. last year did nothing. nothing. When I say nothing, man, he still worked out like on his own. Like he enhanced his skills, but he did nothing. Yeah. There was no need for him to do anything.
I did on the film.
Man, watch the film. Yeah. So now I do believe that Shedeur Sanders gets heavily critiqued because of circumstantial situations that we all know, right? Who his father is. And some of it's warranted and some of it's just undue and unjust, but it is what it is. That's what you signed up for. But this is not the first athlete that has decided not to compete unless it's their pro day.
But I want to ask you that, though. Tell us, for the people at home, everybody think, all right, NFL Combine, they work out there. What is the pros of doing your own pro day with your own team versus going to the NFL Combine?
Well, the knock on the NFL Combine, even I experienced it, was you don't know the receiver. And someone will say, well, if they've been invited to the Combine, they got to be somewhat good. Yeah, but you don't know the receiver's tempo. You don't know what his catch radius is. You don't know how fast or how slow he's going to come out of certain breaks. Yeah. You don't know if he's going to break down. You haven't really danced with the person to know what type of dances they go to.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. So for Shedeur, it's like, yo, I'm not about to play no away game when I know everything that I do is going to get critiqued.
Correct.
So why not play a home game which allows me to control all circumstances that it is going to and will get heavily critiqued? No different than anybody else. Yeah. Dating back to 2000s, early 2000s, where like quarterbacks is just sitting out to say, look, bro, I know I'm a top 5 pick. Why would I risk that?
Correct.
With people's perception of, oh man, look at this throw right here. Oh man, he overthrew him right here. Oh man, he led him a little bit. His arm strength is that question. Like, bro, let them think. Let them think whatever. But now, the prime effect says, hey, let's give everybody an opportunity. Because I really think that the person that I'm excited to see most, I want to see Jimmy Horn, bro. Boy, Jimmy Horn been doing his thug thistle.
Yeah, I think he's gonna snap.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, he went to the Shrine, the Senior Bowl, performed extremely well. Those clips that have went viral of him just performing well in one-on-one situations, it's like, yo, very smooth. He looks like he can complement a number 1 receiver early in his career, and you know, a guy who came from the cloth of big-time players and big-time programs. I see Jimmy Horn could potentially be like a Stephon Diggs. Remember, Stephon Diggs was not a top 10 pick, not a first-round pick out of Maryland. You feel me? But his impact has impacted him to be a top-tier receiver in his career at some point, right? Yeah. So it's a slew of talent, and I think Prime is very aware what his team and his athletes garner, and why not? I think it makes sense. Like, we're gonna have our own show.
Facts.
Yeah, don't put us in the Big 12. We bigger than that.
Yeah.
And they are. If they wanted to have Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter showcase, it'll still do just as much as numbers as the ACC Combine.
Facts.
So.
That's facts now.
But I don't know about you, bro, but this person ain't performed yet. DJ.
All right.
You step up to the mic.
You got to do name roll call in this
God almighty. What do we do? Can you remind the people? Make sure they like, make sure they share, make sure they comment, but most of all, make sure they do what?
Subscribe, dog! You got to go a little bit more from the gut.
Don't worry about it. Jimbo, show these people.
What they do?
What a dooski. For the 1 to the 2ski. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you comment, but most of all, make sure you do what? Subscribe! Love it. Love it. I want some more. Love it. Now, it's getting out of here, y'all.
Yeah.
I can hear the comments now. That's what you get for wearing all them layers. Well, certain things ain't gonna stop. Death, taxes, and Cam looking fly. Double D, step up to the mic. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you comment, but most of all, make sure you do what? Subscribe,
Come on now. Got one more grouping for the gusto.
You know, it's like one of them. It's one of them kids that done left home and then they came back and then they got their own car.
Yeah,
they got a
came
little
back,
success. They got their own money now. But that's still your cousin. That's still your kid. That's still your brother.
Kinfolk. Still your kinfolk.
Yeah, I'm saying that good kinfolk. However you want to deem the relationship to be. One time for the long lost extended family. Drop top. Go to the mic, drop top, and remind the people, remind the folks, remind everybody. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you comment, but most of all, make sure you do what? Subscribe, dog!
Yeah! Okay, drop top. Okay.
We're ready to start the show.
Come on, let's do what it
We're
do.
ready to start the show. It's going to be a good one today.
Yes, sir.
Huh? Now, if you like the hat that I'm waving around my face, it's a machine hat.
Yes, sir.
If you find yourself in Atlanta, Georgia, look no other place to wine, dine, and spend your time than Fellowship ATL, where there's a premium restaurant and a cigar bar attached. Make sure you visit all C1N platforms. And if you have a 7-on-7 team, you have a real youth football team, sign your team up today. Our next event, and owned and operated, will be April 12th and 13th in no other city than the Queen City of Charlotte, North Carolina. Now, if you're liking all the content, I mean all the content. I mean the content that you see here today. And also the content that you see each and every Friday, by way of Funky Friday. They ain't no other than Iconic Saga Productions. Huh? Well, we have a fierce leader in Christian Miles. Fierce. Huh? But don't get it twisted, because our fierce leader over here in 4th and 1, don't worry about the good-looking brother whose silhouette it is. We've realized that he ain't the leader. It's some joker by the name of Old Peg.
Ruby Ballhead Pig.
Yeah, whatever.
Make sure you tap in.
He changed his Instagram photo, y'all. He just wanted people to know. Make sure you follow Iconic Saga on all the platforms, as well as our other IPs of Funky Friday and obviously 4th and 1. That's TikTok, that's Facebook, that's Instagram, that's all the above, and YouTube primarily. Now,
What's good, bud? Yeah! Come on now. Pro Day on the way.
could you perform, Peggy?
I'm going to perform.
Could you perform, though, Peggy?
Hey, I'm going to be on there.
What would you get the people in the 40, Peggy?
I know him to run a good 4.5.
In the 40-yard dash, not the 20.
You heard me.
You ran a 4.5 ever, Peggy.
Nah, all right. I'm going to go about high fours, though. High fours.
Like 4.8.
7, 5.
Yeah. That's good. That's respectable.
That's just me getting.
How was your weekend, Peggy?
The weekend was good, bud. We was over there in Bama at Locha Poca High. You know, we was over there in Auburn, came back to Bama, and they treated us good, man, at the C1N event. It was real good.
It's coming around, Peggy. The people showed up and showed out.
Man, so much sober. I had to represent for them people today, man. Locha Poca. Man, hi, you feel me, bro?
You're showing out.
I got poker pride today, baby. Poker pride, baby.
You're showing out, Peggy.
Hey, I had to dig in there.
Peggy.
Hey,
You're
man.
showing
Hey,
out.
bro. They said, bro, you know what? Y'all are represent. I said, man, you know what? I'm going to represent, man. I got Poker Pride today. So, shout out to my people.
Fix your chest, Piggy.
I load your poker. Let me
Get yourself together.
Let me get myself together. Have a class
Well,
about
what the old
myself.
folks say, get bearings of yourself.
Get your bears together. But man, yeah, bro, they showed so much love, man, and that's probably been some of the best hospitality we received. We had
Ever, Peggy?
at a 707 event. That's that good old Southern hospitality. You know what I'm saying? They was like, man, here we gonna give you a jersey. I said, I appreciate it. I don't know who number 50 is, but I'm gonna wear it proud.
They say the same thing about who Peggy
Poker Pride,
jersey.
bud.
Who was 11 in 6th grade?
Man,
They said we gonna give you a representative of if you were a creative player on Madden or 2K, that would be your rating.
Haters gonna hate. Haters gonna hate.
50.
I'm just over here trying to congratulate. But but it was good though, man. We had a great time, and then I can't wait to Charlotte. We'll be there, So CLT up next. Yes, sir. How was yours?
I never thought you would ask.
I wasn't about to. But
I mean, before we get into my weekend,
hold on, New York. New York State of Mind.
who?
I know who that is.
Who?
Do you want other people to answer? I know it.
Jimbo?
Come on. Now.
Can you confirm that double D? Okay, yeah, everybody been Googling.
Baby.
Everybody been Googling.
Who's number 33 from New York? Knicks?
I could dig it.
New York. I know Brendan over here jumping for joy.
We're gonna always keep it fresh here, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yoing. Check the shoes. Footwork. Come on.
I'm a stepper now.
All right now.
I pledge to the Most High. I tell you no lie. And it's I that I done pledged to. Huh? Eye for eye.
Eye for eye. Okay.
You know what I mean? But my weekend was exceptional. Man, I took the boys. Who I had with me? Suge, Cho, and Caesar. Took them to the 7-on-7 tournament. They genuinely like that, man. They get to run around, see football, and be around masculine energy. Other than that, like I want to put the world on notice, Peggy.
What you want to tell the world?
I just got to put the world on notice.
What you got to tell the world?
I got to
bud?
tell the world something. I ain't cursing no more.
Hold on. Let me write that down. Hold on. Cam ain't cursing no more. Hold on. Run it. Say it again.
You heard it right. You heard it here first. It's a public service announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, little children, dogs and cats, old people, young people, all people, understand this. I'm Cam Newton, and I do approve this message. I'm a person that has realized that the content that I've been producing has always been premium. The content that I've been producing has always been impactful. And there's no denying the fact that the content that I've been producing has been entertaining as I don't know what. But as I met with my council, as I met with the people, I had to come to understanding, and just like a snake sheds its skin, a sheep shed its fur, a dog shed its hide, and all the above. Realize, as I'm on this project of becoming the best version of Cam Newton that I possibly can, the challenge now is, can you filter your tongue?
Can you tame the tongue?
Can you tame the tongue, Peggy? I like that. So, you heard it here first. Everything that you done seen up until this point, don't judge me. Please don't judge me. And as they say in the church, don't talk about me, just pray for me. Keep me in your hearts and your prayers, please do. But it's gonna be an uphill battle. And as I'm walking, I could keep a lot of things to myself. But I just ain't gonna say it, Peggy, because I could call you something, I could tell you something that you need to be told.
I'm gonna tell you something back.
That's cool.
Better know how to act.
And I'm gonna tell you this.
What's up?
If you hear me correct, that's the old me.
Oh, well, that's the old you.
The new me is up and away.
Up yonder.
And I promise the content ain't gonna stop. I promise the entertainment ain't gonna stop. And I promise the impact is not gonna stop. And that's the challenge. Because as much as I wanna say, yeah, you piece of slick, all that ain't worth it. I'll be right back. Cam Newton. And I approve this message. So, that's what type of time I'm on, Peg.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? I had to do a diagnostic, self-diagnostic, self-evaluation.
Well, that's good.
And the people came back with the report, and they said, Ken, you're cursing too much. I said, dang, am I? But I'm just trying to keep it a buck.
Hey.
They said, you can keep it a buck, but just don't say, watch your mouth.
What I say? Them old keys can't open new doors, boo. Old keys can't open new doors.
I like where you at, Peg.
Talk to me now. Hello.
I like where you at. I asked my all-star team, can I go a day without cursing? Unanimous. They believed in me, not so. I slipped up. I've been about 5 days strong.
Okay.
But it's a work in progress. See, that's the thing.
I'm saying the progress.
It's a work in progress.
You got a progress report.
And I was real tempted to not wear a jersey today, Peggy.
Show your progress.
I mean, listen, let me tell you something. When I say I've been in that lab, what we call it, drop top, what project is this? Project Sexy.
That's what you
I'm
call
getting
it.
sexy again.
Okay.
Face looking chiseled. My girl grabbing my cheeks again.
Yeah.
My kids looking at it like, Daddy got abs. I said, boy, let me tell you something, boy. I disappointed y'all with this keg that I had. I said, hold on. I started looking at old film. I said, ooh. And if I told you, Peggy, I showed you the proof. I said, man, listen, if I told you in January I'm about to lose some weight,
Yeah.
and I told you how much weight I lost, you'll be saying to yourself, like, bro, you can't do that. Where you gonna lose it? You lean. Like, nah, bro, but I did, though.
You did.
How much weight did I lose, Peggy?
30 pounds in 30 days. You went down 30 and 30. 30 for 30. No sizzle. No Kendrick Lamar.
How much weight you said I lose and used and abused, Peggy?
30 for 30. 30 pounds. 30 days.
We're gonna show the footage, but folks gonna think it's Ozempic.
Yeah, they gonna think so.
Nah, I've been working out like as if I was in the Olympics.
Okay. Bring your ass up so we can start the show.
I tell you, feel good.
Yeah.
I look good.
Come on.
Huh? I slay good.
Yeah.
But I don't pay good. I'm cheap. And the plan is to keep the money, not spend your money.
Come on now.
But yeah, man, I'm down 30 pounds. Plan on losing more. Because how did I get there? The healthy way, I've been fasting.
Okay.
And working. There's been days I worked out upwards of 3 times a day. And I tried to shift my energy to something that's more helpful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be no womanizer. I don't want to be lusting over it. Like, bro, I just want to work. Yeah. I found myself in a space where I wasn't happy with myself. Now, I wasn't depressed.
Yeah.
I just wasn't happy. It was just like, bro, I'm eating marshmallows and
You just ain't eating.
bro, it was this thing. Like every night, I would do a small pint of ice cream, Rocket Road to be exact, on top of marshmallows. But the medium marshmallows and the big, bro, I was going crazy.
Looking like an extra on heavyweight.
I'm trying to tell you, bro.
Got to.
But if I lift this shirt up, Peggy, the comments gonna go crazy.
Come on now. They gonna go what?
Christ! Huh? Because in the last 50 days, Big Bug ain't been lazy. I've been getting it out the mud. I've been tracking everything. I've been waiting on my dog drop top. I say, hey, bro, I got the content for you now.
Yeah.
Huh?
I'm in there.
I've been so impactful, my dog drop top on Project Sexy. Everybody on Project Sexy.
Yeah.
What is sexy? Sexy is when you look at that person in the mirror and say, come here, you. I see what you got going on. Look at you. I'm proud of you. Ain't proud of the work that you done. I'm proud of what you told yourself that you was gonna do. And you did it. You ain't compromised. You ain't negotiated. You ain't procrastinated. Huh? You ain't did nothing but do what you said you was gonna do. I'm in my bag, Peggy. You
Come
would've
on,
thought I
now.
was a preacher.
Come on now.
Let the church say amen, amen.
Amen.
Come on now, I'm with you when you're right. Gotta look at yourself and say, boy, you deserve everything.
Come on now.
I want it all.
Yeah.
And I want it now. Here we go. Done all this procrastinating, made my point. Next clip.
All right. Jaden Daniels. He wanted some action, but mama said otherwise with Juju.
This right here is the cutest thing.
Y'all gotta check this out, man.
Jaden Daniels. Now, Juju's 19, Famous 24. It's when she does the cute little touch of the ear thing and smiles, and then wait for it later. It's like his mom came out and Mama.
Wow.
Realize that you have the hands.
Wow.
Mama ain't let nobody in close to JD5.
I'm not saying anything, but I'm saying.
Hey, I respect it.
We don't know exactly what
But
happened.
hold
but we
on.
know.
Look. Even though that clip is extremely entertaining, we have to send our condolences
To Juju. Yes.
That hurt, man.
She just tore her ACL.
Yeah.
She's out of the tournament, out for the season. USC. Whew, they hurting.
But she can bounce back, though.
Yeah.
There's been numerous athletes.
Oh, yeah, for the ACL.
She need to have that AP bounce back.
AP bounce back.
When Adrian Peterson tore his ACL, boy, he came back with a man on a mission.
He probably should have told two of them.
But let me tell you something.
He balled out.
I have no doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind. That Juju, baby, get well soon. We rocking with you.
Yes, sir.
We support you. Everything you stand for. We rocking. Huh? Now, Mama Daniels, she simply said, y'all let the Holy Ghost get in between y'all now.
Leave some room for the Holy Ghost.
Leave a little bit. And then, rewind that a little bit, because she like, boy, don't play with me.
Get up off me.
Don't play with me. And then Juju like, yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. She looking away. Mama
He looking like,
he
bro.
hey, here you go again, mama.
Days up. You know what's gonna have to change for that to change.
Mama gonna have to get somebody. She might have somebody, but I don't know. But mama, he gonna have to send mama away. It's all good, mama.
Somebody gotta send a flare gun over there. Hey, mom, look. You know what I'm saying? You think they stay together?
If they don't stay together, she might stay close. You know the interview, that was her mom. The mom was like, what's the biggest thing you worried about your son? She's talking about these girls out here trying to put their claws in my son. She is on it.
You know what I don't like about this?
What?
We call this great parenting. And that is great parenting. But when Deion Sanders do that, when LeBron James do that, when LaVar Ball do that,
It's a problem. But there's a problem to them people now.
man, it ain't no problem. You better protect that bag. You better protect that asset.
But he ain't talking to just anybody either.
No, they look good for each other. If you ask me,
That big gonna be it.
that right there, that's the real love in basketball,
Mama,
right
you
there.
might need to move out the way.
You
and
might
push them a
try to
little
say,
closer together,
hey, you
mama.
should be like, I'm Mama Daniels, and I approve this message.
Okay? He could be running around there with little Shaquan
Because she
in
can
there.
be the key ingredient to not having a sophomore slump.
Okay. Because she got to be on her business.
I'm trying to tell you. If anything, I would have been sitting next to Juju.
Okay.
I would have been sitting on the right side of Juju. Like, hey, let me tell you how we gonna have you and him, huh? Because back in the day in good Roman times, Peggy,
Okay.
folks used to be married way before they even hit puberty.
Yeah, they going to set them up.
It was already a given thing.
Yeah.
It's like, hold up, who you want my son or who you want my daughter to be married to?
Let me check their credentials.
Let me check the amenities. Matter of fact, they used to say words like this. Let me check his bloodline.
That's real.
Let me check his bloodline.
Yeah.
Where you come from? Who your pa? Who your mama?
Mm-hmm.
What's his projected height, weight, size? We're going to get back to you.
Some good offspring right there.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you put 2 and 2 together, I ain't good at math, but that's going to always equal 4.
Talk to me now.
And I'm going to let you know, Juju and Jaylen, boy, they get the mating.
Hey.
But you going to have a Brittany Griner, a LeBron James, a Wemby, a Ja, because he may not be the tallest.
He ain't going to be the tallest.
But he going to come out athletic as I don't know what.
Definitely. They going to be something. He or she.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, they going to be something.
That's somewhere that we need to, that should be a lab experiment.
That should be.
Let's take a little bit of this bloodline, mix that with that bloodline.
Mix it around.
Yeah, no, I'm saying.
That's how that take me back to them Kool-Aid days. You take a little bit
Bro,
of
you put a little bit of orange and a tropical punch, and you got a little bit more of that grape.
A little extra sugar.
You know what I mean? Put in some of that pineapple juice. Peg, you ain't with me, Peg. You ain't with me. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to just buckle up, Peg. We got look. And then you really want to put a little something in there. Cranberry.
I don't know about that.
I'm trying to it give a little tart.
Okay.
See, you would thought that with lemon juice.
Okay, I was with the lemon.
That cranberry give it a look.
See, I ain't really.
It's that mystery flavor. Like, hold on, what that?
The mystery flavor packet. That was something, though.
Oh, baby.
That was something.
You. Hold on. Hey, I done been good to you, cigar. Slow down. Huh. You ain't all bad though, Peg.
What's up?
You got some good in you. Here we go. Next clip.
All right, bro. This is going viral. The fitness influencer Ashton Hall morning routine goes viral for all the wrong reasons.
About the Lord's business.
Okay.
First ball.
What's the first thing that come to your mind?
Nobody's recording themselves, and nobody's in top tier viewing shape. Viewing shape means like your hair look good, your body look good. You know what I mean?
4 a.m.
At 4 a.m., bro.
That nigga don't do that.
Come on, bro.
Come on.
That's the content creator.
Yeah.
And I've been following this young man.
He did well on the content side.
Yeah, no. He's a beast with creating content. Yeah. You know, he got everybody doing
putting their face in.
Hey, bro, that don't do nothing. You still got to work. Now, my question to him is, are you natty?
What's natty? Hold on. Natural? Oh, okay. My bad. I done missed the lingo.
Yes, bro.
Bro,
look. I'm a judgmental son of a gun. Mm-hmm. I like to see a BBL, but I still judge you if you got a BBL. I don't even like my boy got abs, but I'm gonna still judge you if you're getting poked by the syringe.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or they got supplements and
Supplements,
certain
all that.
things. Like
Like steroids, that's OD.
Bruh, I judge all that, man. And
What
let's
about
start
protein?
normalizing the truth. It's like, bro, we all judge.
Yeah. What about creatine protein?
I judge it all, because for me, I lost my weight the old-fashioned way, man. Wake up at 5 a.m., man, and I'm not talking to not a person. I'm trying to think. I'm so trying. But I get it out the mud. It's just one of them things that, like, bro, I work. And I take pride in the old-fashioned work. So if you're doing it, it's not that I judge you in a way. It's just like, okay, cool. Like, you got help. Mm-hmm. There are some people that don't do it with no help. They lose weight with no help. They gain, but no help. They just do it. They eat right, they diet right, and
They work out right.
keep playing it, baby.
Now he Michael Phelps. Look at this talk.
So looking at it, bro, we got to go ahead and get in at least 10,000. Thank you.
Now it's going viral for all the wrong reasons. Like, whoa. I see that. That's heavily edited content.
Bruh. What's your morning routine look like?
Man, I wake up, I hit the snooze once, maybe twice. It's set for 4:50. I probably get up around about 5:15. I go downstairs, I cut the heat on in my gym. That gives it about 10 to 15 minutes. I put it on 80 degrees because I want a sauna box. Come back upstairs. I should had already picked out my clothes from the night before. I'll be back in the gym no later than 5:20, 5:30. All right. Am I brushing my teeth? No, because I'm not around nobody. Am I taking a shower? No, because I'm not around nobody. I got a good sound system in my gym. I put on a good playlist. And if not, I just listen to motivational speaking. And that just gets my mind working. Now I take that time because my brain frequency is running at a high level. So I text myself certain notes that I won't forget to get prepared for my day. I typically do that 45-minute cardio routine and the day starts. Now I've been on this juice cleanse where if I don't juice it, I don't drink it. Orange juice. Straight from the puppy. Grapefruit juice, straight from the puppy. Celery juice, all the above. Pineapple, all like, bro. And I sip on it, right? Get the kids up. And it's just, hey, y'all, come on, man, come on, wake up. And then I even put my kids on the motivational speaker. So when they get up, they either looking at something that's going to enhance their brain from an athlete standpoint, or they just get some words of affirmation.
Good.
Then we got to be in that car out that driveway by 7:45. Anything over, and then I'm gonna have to do an extra ticket on a speed limit.
And he will.
But you know what, Peggy? I must say this: I don't drive no more. I gave that up too. So with the help of my supporting cast, I don't want to put them in a compromised situation. We're putting us in a compromised situation. So we got to be ready on time. Get to the office by 9 a.m. Ready, willing, and able to not speak yet.
You're right about that.
So now I start sipping on my espresso, X as I call it. Still natural, no sugar added, straight black. At its most potent form. And I will indulge in a cigar early in the morning. Who's judging me? Don't care. Okay. And the day, let the festivities begin. So about 10 o'clock then, that's when
you come alive.
That's when I start talking.
Okay.
That's my routine, baby.
That's good.
Should we ask what you're
I thought you never asked, but you know the morning would be my best time. You know what I'm saying? So I get up. It depends on the day. 5:30, 6. You know, I sit there for a second. And then, you know, I'm on this new wave. I got my whole list on my wall of like what I want to do by certain times. It's like from praying to I'll start off with praying. Then I end up going into just sitting there meditating. And then I also, that's when I get up and I'm like, all right, you got to shave your head. Got to keep the bald head, you know. And then I go in my closet and I sit there for a second. And like, what you feel like today? And then that's when I pull out my clothes and start, you know, picking my clothes out for the day. And by that time just run by so fast.
So fast. In the morning, bro.
Yeah,
it's
speeding.
You can blink and then all of a sudden,
but if I
6:30 it turn into
time,
8 o'clock.
In the mornings, I have to get that time to me because if I don't, I'm like the rest of my day. That's my favorite time of the day. Because morning is the best for me because it's like it's a new opportunity.
Bro.
So that's why I love the morning time. And by that time, you know, I'm a morning person, so I'm
gonna put something on you, Peg, and really empower the viewer. Maturity would teach you this. When you're a young cat, the flex is how late you can stay up.
Yes, facts.
But as you mature into the best version of yourself as an adult, you start to realize the biggest flex is how early you can get up. And not just getting up, it's getting active. Because a lot of people be like, man, I've been up since 6, but you was laying in the bed.
Doing what?
That's not active. So yeah, I've been trying to apply that. So trying to get up at 5, doing something that really can set you apart. You know what I mean? It's that type of time. Here we go. Next clip.
All right. So is this what fans want to see? The next chapter will host a former NBA veteran, Michael Beasley and Lance Stevenson, one-on-one matchup for $100,000 early in June. So Cam, I know we talked about All-Star Weekend and how we should be playing people one-on-one.
I'm here for it.
For $100K.
I'm here for it.
All the way.
I'm here for it.
Why so?
I'm here for it. But not just from former athletes. I think if you can ball, you can ball. This is for the folks that's at Rucker.
Yeah.
You know, back in the day, they used to have run and shoot. Nowadays, they got LA Fitness, Equinox, and all these gold gyms that got hoop dreams and time to get live, time to represent. Sunset Park, like all them folks that was like, bro, I got offered by UConn, bro. I just got into like that, bro. Listen, line it up.
Facts.
But when you put this type of money up on,
bro,
you need a mediator.
Yeah.
In the form of a referee.
Okay.
Because it could get sloppy.
So we like.
I done seen folks lose teeth.
No blood, no foul.
Man, just off of. Nothing, just of respect, let alone 100,000.
But that's crazy though. People go harder just off respect than the money.
It ain't that. It ain't that. It's more about the respect. It's like folks ain't got $100,000 just to lose, man. Yeah. What you talking about? So
I ain't just giving it away.
You know what I mean? You gotta earn this.
Yeah.
So they going to what though? Like, what's the ramifications? Do we know that?
We don't know all of it.
101 to what? 21?
I don't know the point they're going to. I just know the parameters of the game is 1 versus 1.
Which brings up this thought, Peggy.
What's up, bro?
You say you from North Carolina, North Kakalaki, ain't it?
The best ballers out there.
That's cool, best ballers. What was your rules of 21?
Man, you go to 21 at 20. That's when you take the 21 shot. And if you miss the 21 shot, you drop back down to, damn, what was it? We dropped back down 15, I think.
15. Okay.
Yeah.
That's universal.
And then if it's a missed call, ain't no rep out there, so ball never lie. You got to shoot for it at the place that y'all say, like, man, you fouled me up, bro. You walked or whatever. Shoot for it.
From where you got fouled at?
No, you shoot from the 3-point line or wherever, like far back. Shoot for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Did you ever win anything, Pig?
Come on, bro.
I'm asking you. I don't know.
Man, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Don't let this poker pride fool you before I was rocking this jersey. You know, catch me. catch me.
Like you need to be in Project Sexy, Peggy.
I'm in there.
Them arms looking a little flabby.
It's all good. They ain't flabby,
It
bro.
ain't looking cut.
Please, what? Hey, don't let it fool you now.
All right.
Big Debo over here.
I love Debo.
Yeah, all right. Come on over here. Come on this way. Let me talk to you.
Here we go. Next clip.
Man, Blue Jays showing a full moon during the game.
Roger and Debbie Clemens were there. Cody's in-laws were there. My wife and my brother and his wife were there. It was good show. And that's the beauty of this bullpen this year. How many different looks they have out of that bullpen. Lefties, righties, power.
Oh, go back. What?
How would you do that?
Roger and Debbie Clemens were there. Cody's in-laws were there. My wife and my brother and his wife were there. It was good show. And that's the beauty of this bullpen this year. How many different looks they have out of that bullpen. Lefties, righties, power.
Crack is whack. Crack is whack. More crack than Harlem showing out there. What's wrong with him, bud? What's wrong with him?
You're so childish.
It is. Because you know you in the line of the thing. He got his beer in his mouth. Hold on, let me show that. Oh, you bet I won't do it. He was on the phone first. You bet I won't do it. You better watch. You watching? You watching? Watch this shit.
This is so childish.
It is childish.
But it's funny, though.
Bro.
Hey, bro, I don't know what's the most funniest body part, but booty cheeks is.
It's like, what? Literally, cheeks out, bro. What's wrong, bro? Like, what is it? It was like, let me ask you
I hate
this.
that we talking about it, but it's just so funny, dog. Like, this dude, what would give you the audacity
to do that?
To show your whole behind, like baboon style. Like, bro.
On national TV.
Yeah, bro. And I got so caught into the dude talking behind the thing. I was like, bro, first off, nobody cared. Like, it's just, but this is entertaining, though.
But what is I want to ask you as an athlete, so much is going on in the game. What is the craziest thing that you probably have seen or witnessed?
Bro, I was at the Pro Bowl. This was 2013. And it was a streaker. But, you know, any TV will tell you, like, they don't spotlight that no more.
Yeah.
Like they used to just, you know, show the fan that's streaking. Bruh, this chick came on the field, and it was one of those things that she ran on, she got tackled, and she sued. So I was like, yo, what's happening? But they tackled her, she sued. I don't know if she won or not, but. Yeah,
that was the same crazy thing. Dude with cheeks out, but it was Super Bowl during COVID. They had a few fans in Tampa Bay. Brady's last Super Bowl versus Pat Mahomes. It was a dude. He had like a pink top on or whatever. Bro streaked. They only had a few fans in the stadium. You had to sit far away. He streaked during that game during the Super Bowl.
What about the dude that said he would bet, he went in Vegas and made a bet that it would be a streaker, and he got the money because
He went to jail, but the money, like, he made money because he bet it would be a streaker. Oh, that might be a smart move, man.
No, I don't think he even got that money, though. But this is viral moment of the week, and that was pretty viral. Next clip.
All right, man. LaVar Ball on his family and, unfortunately, losing his leg.
I had to get my foot amputated on the fact that I had diabetes. So instead of killing a big baller, They amputated my foot. Well, the process, like I said, first they cut off a couple of toes. Then they cut off my foot. Then they said we got to go almost knee high for another surgery. I'm just like, these surgeries, this is too many. Make you think like, man, just kill me and let me go about my business. Maybe it's time for me to shut it down. But, you know, from what my boys is doing, and Dad, you the toughest dude I know, and this and that. Even though I'm a bad man and I don't need much, it's good to have that backing from my boys. One of the things that makes me go is when they all together. When they all together, I feel strong. And what I want people to understand is anytime you're dealing with an illness or something like that, one thing you better have is family to get you through that stuff.
LaVar Ball, his boys getting him through a tough situation, man. Tell me that from a father's perspective.
Yeah.
What kind of strength do your kids give you? Like, even when you're going through your worst time?
Oh, that's everything.
Yeah.
And I see it now with my father, right? And life happens, which means that there's Thanksgivings, there's holidays where, you know, you may go and see your in-laws, or you may go and see the other, you know, side of the family. But when you there,
No.
that nucleus of seeing where it started from, that's just something that you just hope. That's true success. I heard this where it's like, yo, true success is when your children have an opportunity, but they still choose to spend their time with you.
No, that's real.
Feel me?
Yeah.
And that's why I do what I do. Man, Cam, you got all them doggone kids. Like, bro, I just have this foreshadowing of me in my life and just what has came from me.
Yeah.
My kids' and it's gonna be a lot of folk. I know.
House food.
I mean, but I'm gonna be at my most happiest place because everything that I've ever did was because of my family.
Yeah.
And I just take my hat off to, you know, Big Ball, because all his kids, like him, hate him, despise him, whatever. But he's a person that literally bestowed greatness in his bloodline, in his genes, in every single one of his kids. All the O. You know what I mean? And he's done it in a way where he's disrupted this space.
He did.
Call it what you want, but he got y'all attention.
He did.
And he did his part with getting his sons drafted. And that's the thing that I don't think is highlighted the most, because it's not the message, it's the messenger. Whether you like the messenger or not, there's no denying that bloodline worked.
That's real.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And it almost swerving in the lane, whoa, whoa. Like, he didn't make it in basketball, but shoot.
He just signed a record deal.
He's still popping.
They all millionaires.
So how many of the parents that's out there that ain't got their kids in the position?
Whoa.
For real, bro. But this humanizes the dad in a way where it's like, bro, man, job well done.
I gotta say this too. When I thought about this, I was thinking about you. Even when tough situations happen, I remember came to your house the day that you was moving on from Carolina, and it was a time with you and Cho. You was sitting there. You literally just got the news, and you sitting outside on the patio, and you throwing the ball with Cho. You was sitting in a recliner, and Cho was like, "Dad, throw the ball with me, XYZ." And it was a tough situation. Everybody in the house like distraught. Like, dang, I can't believe it. And he like, I want you to play for the team with the birds, the green birds. He was so young at the time. And he was like, the Eagles? He's like, I think that's it. But it was just, I feel like at that moment, it just like something clicked, like, I'm going to keep going.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You looked at him, and he was just in a blissful situation, and he don't know what's going on, but he like, Daddy going to play ball. Daddy going to do this, X, Y, Z. And it was a good moment for me to even see that, like even with you and your kids, because it's like, I don't care about what the world think of you. I know you as my dad, and so that's kind of put a lot of stuff in perspective.
That's sacred to me. Like bow tie, fashion, football player, business enthusiast. I don't care what you say, but what you can't call me is a deadbeat dad.
Yeah,
I'm in all my children's lives. And that's the ones that I birthed and the ones that I've taken on the responsibility to be their father figure. You feel what I'm saying? And what I've learned is every single one of them is different. And that's the true measure of success to me, because everybody can have kids. There's a lot of people that can, but that doesn't mean that you're adequate to be the father, the mother, and nurturing your child to the best premium version of them, and it's so manual to that. Yeah. That's the hardest thing. It's like, yo, what worked for you may not work for the next.
Facts.
So shout out to all the parents that's out there, man, that's really, you know, impacting their children in a positive way and know the difference between having a kid and taking the responsibility of impacting their life. Here we go. Second down, questionable call of the week. Let's see what we got.
Did Will Wade give us a glimpse on the future of college coaching and what it looks like? Coach Will Wade from McNeese kept it real maybe too real on how he would transfer and go to NC State.
People obviously were talking about how is all the recent speculation about you and NC State going to affect your players? Would it throw them off? You know, how did you handle this with your players as you led up to the game?
We talked about it. I mean, we were in practice when all that happened. And you guys know, I mean, look, you interview for a job and then your attorneys deal with their attorneys. It's not like I'm talking to people I mean, we were in practice at Brown, and Mike Martin, who I've known since I was in the Ivy League, he came out in practice and said, what's up to me? He's like, hey, you know you're trending on Twitter. So what the hell am I trending on Twitter for? He's like, oh, they said you took the NC State job. I was like, oh. And then I got back to my phone and had like 300 text messages. And so, I mean, look, that had nothing to do with it when we got that night. I sat down and talked to the team. We had already talked on Saturday. And I mean, we're honest. I mean, shoot, half the kids I recruited, I told them, hey, look, the goal is to go Power 5 after this year. And some of you guys can go with me. And some of you guys, I mean, so we all know what's up. And I mean, our guys, this was great for them. They're going to have a lot of schools in their DMs tonight, too, looking to pick them up, pay them. So it's a good think about it.
I love it.
We all know what's up. The goal is to go Power 5. It ain't no secret.
But you go Power 5, it's not because they're water colder. It's not because, they're better. They just got more opportunity of exposure. That's pretty much what it is. Going out of the day where you have a Steph Curry at Davidson and you have a C.J. McCollum or you have a D-Wade at bro, those days are gone, sadly. But even if you ask this, if Steph Curry could have left, would he have?
In this NIL?
In this new dimension of what athletes are going through, would Steph Curry stay at Davidson for 4 years?
I would say no and yes. My no would be, would he leave Davidson? And this only really because his background with his dad, obviously, like he's not hurting for money with his dad being who he is as Steph Curry. Dale Curry. But the new wave, like him making that run in the NCAA tournament,
the impact that
NIL was at an all-time high. I can go somewhere else with a bigger platform and do it. Because then you have his brother. His brother balled out.
Went to Duke.
Started off at Liberty, broke records, did everything, and then next year, Duke, let me get that. So he ended up going to Duke. So, you've seen it both, same household, raised the same, and you've seen it both ways. And this was even before the NIL. So I could see it happen. I don't see too many people staying at these small schools unless it's just like the grass is so good over here.
But check this out. This is the reality that it sounds like hate, but it's a true prophecy. It's like the book of Psalms. Bro, nobody wants to see these teams. There's no such thing as Cinderella no more. Cinderella is dead.
Right now.
It's sad because when you look at the teams that are performing in the Sweet 16 right now,
there's no Cinderella stories.
There's no Cinderella stories. We love to fight for the underdog, but the truth of the matter is even the people at the little underdog teams, they don't really want to be there.
Yeah.
From the coaches to the players. It's like the coaches use smaller schools for a resume booster to get to.
See how I changed this program.
A Power 5.
Yeah.
Gus Malzahn did it. He had to go to Arkansas State to boost it. You see, Primetime did it. He goes to Jackson State, and now there's multiple.
State coach doing it. Right?
It's a lot of the same blueprint and algorithm that a lot of coaches have been doing for years. So when the notion is like, yo, we don't want to see it. Oh man, you hating. But it's like we don't want to see nobody who really doesn't want to be where they at.
Yeah. And I think with the money, it's going to really separate the gap even more. Like before, it's like exposure. They get all the amenities. But now it's like, bro, you can't go to Division II, D1 AA school and get the same money that you're going to get from a Duke or Carolina. Sure. And that's the thing that it hurts. Now, if somebody, even in this tournament, we talked about it earlier, I'm like, I wonder if the landscape of the NCAA tournament will change to like it is in football. Like, you got to get a certain bid or the most popular team with the highest rankings just going to go, even if you win your conference tournament. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be a difference with who they're going to put in.
So you're saying change the the dynamic of what the March Madness is.
Yeah, like you see it even with the SEC. You know what, they have 14 teams this year getting bid. So it's like slowly but surely, I feel like it might change just because the disparity is going to be too vastly different.
And let me say it like this: there's no present for loyalty no more.
Oh yeah,
it's like
I hate that. Because me coming from an HBCU, you like, bruh, I want to see my school even compete, be in there. But it's like, how are they going to compete?
Like you staying at a school will hurt you more than help you if you have the opportunity to leave.
No.
That's how you got to look at it. Like if your son, if you were in this position where you could change your environment for the better, the grass is greener over there.
I got to go. Because the coach going to go. If you're not performing, you're not going to play.
It's sad to say that the smaller schools have always been stepping stones for opportunities. Yeah. But it's the truth.
Well, that's with anything, I think, and if we look at that, that's with anything in life, and it's probably going to be a bad analogy of what I'm saying, but, you know, you don't start at being the boss or the manager or whatever. You start in a position, you do that well, and then you move on to something bigger. I can't expect your first coaching opportunity is going to be, I'm coaching at the #1 school in the nation. No, we need to see what you can do with the smaller portion. And then, you know, see what you can do.
With no resume, it's very rare, if not impossible, to get a Duke job in basketball.
Correct, especially with that program. Yeah.
Or an SEC job in football. It's like, you have to have a proven resume to at least be considered. And even that is not enough sometimes.
Correct.
Here we go, next clip.
All right. Well, speaking about college athletics, Kirby Smart calls out players offended by his coaching style.
Long way from good. We are a work in progress. We have the least number of players who have gone through 3 spring practices since I've been here. So that should tell you something. I asked the guys to stand up who have practiced at least 3 spring practices. So this obviously would make their 4th, and there was basically nobody standing. We just don't. We have a very young, inexperienced group. We really can't practice to our standard because they're all tired. So like we go to practice and it's like great energy, great in shorts, guys learn what to do, and then we start going and it's like they can't go. We have to coach it. I mean, that's what they get. That's what they pay us to do, to coach them. They have to be willing to receive coaching. And on the whole, my whole preach after the practice was, we got a lot of guys that put their hands up. They're offended when you coach them. I'm not talking about the freshmen. I'm talking about in general.
Yeah, I received that. Because this is the thing that coaches need time for, and that's to implement their formula. You understand what I'm saying? It's like no matter who you are, no matter what's your coach's, caveat, you still need time to implement your formulas for your players to buy in. I give you an example even for me where it's like this past weekend while we were playing, there were some players that was extremely talented, but they didn't know what they were supposed to do.
Yeah.
And that now minimizes their skill. So if a person is not reacting and is thinking more than they're playing, then you don't have a really good player. And it doesn't matter if you're Kirby Smart, doesn't matter if you're Dabo Swinney, doesn't matter if you're Mike Krzyzewski. It don't matter who you are, bro. You need good players to understand what they're supposed to do so they can take their good skill and play faster, which makes them great.
Yeah.
Sport is always and will always be about who reacts faster in a movement that it's a game of inches or it's a game of seconds. It's a game of reacting faster than the next person. And when you have a formula where a defensive philosophy, an offensive philosophy, certain things to have antidotes for what a team may be throwing at you or their plan of attack, if somebody's thinking more than they're playing, that's a problem.
So let me ask you too, when you talk about, or Kirby Smart talks about players being offended, even from your history of playing, was it different from you being coached in college versus the pros because of the money? Now, these are college but professional athletes. You starting to receive a check. So does that make it feel like, you know who I am? Like you trying to tell me X, Y, Z? Like
I think what Coach Kirby is trying to say, they're offended. It could be a multitude of things, but what I hear and what I sense by going through this as well, there's a lot of sensitivity from players in this generation. Like the Bill Parcells, the Bob Knights, those coaches who would just tell it how it is, and like, let me tell you, bro, they're MF you to get the best version out.
Yeah, that's what we used to call like hard coach. He just
hard coaching. But it's not the way of doing certain things, is how it's coming off and what is perceived. And I would always look at it, even now being an adult, it's not actually the words that's being what's the intent behind the words? Is it to degrade? Is it to suppress? Is it to disrespect? Or is it trying to channel emotion that's going to make me a better player? And I think the maturity will teach you that, and how they've been coached up until that point. So if you've been coached hard in rec ball, it's not going to offend you in high school.
That's real.
And if it's not going to offend you in high school, it's not going to offend you at the next level. The most disheartening thing being a coach of players is like, bro, you coached the heck out of a player. And then all of a sudden you see that their response is they just go in the tank. I heard this once from a coach where it was so impactful, because he said, as a coach, as any good coach will tell you, it's my job to push you to the edge, but not over it. So for that, there's different tactics and different techniques that each player and every coach knows. You can't coach everybody different. You can't parent every child different. You can't co-work with everybody the same way. You know what I'm saying? And it's that type of methodology that goes into being a great teacher. Here we go, next clip.
Them boys just got paid, and they done bought new Lambos and cutting up. Jamar Chase and T. Higgins were racing in new Lambos all over the yayo. Jamar got the white one, T. Higgins got the green.
Man, that's cool. Everything cool until it's not, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's inspiring, yes. Driving in the new McLaren, driving in the new Lambo, driving in the new Ferrari. Like, bro, that's cool until
something happens. You a big investment right now.
Like,
what would that look like?
Yeah, bro. Like, bro, that's why I don't drive no more. It's
but when you got your big payday, like what whip did you buy? Like, what was your first whip that you like? I always wanted this whip.
Rolls Royce Wraith. And at that time, like, that was the new car.
Yeah.
Like, nowadays it's like the Tesla truck. Yeah. But I still got that car, and I'm looking at it like, bro, it cost me a pretty penny. You know, but it's easy for somebody to say, I never do that if they never been in that situation.
Yeah. But that's one thing too. Is like, but Cam, even with the fast cars you do have, do you drive them and not drive fast?
No, I don't. Like, bro, I'm really understanding when Jay-Z said, I'm not a businessman, I'm a business man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, for me, bro, I wake up and I look at life different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I realize that I can get so much work done if I'm not in my car. And there's been times I've been in my car and it's been reckless driving by just me looking at a phone trying to reply to a text or reply to an email, and then all of a sudden somebody stopped and said, it's like, yo, you're jeopardizing the bag.
Yeah.
And knowing, even with me filtering how I talk, it has affected business that the people who I work alongside. There's people who are relying on me to be the best version of myself. Correct. So I do not want to jeopardize that. Yeah. So that investment is Cam Newton, but I also, as Cam Newton, have to protect that at all costs. And life teaches you that. Mm-hmm. And it's not to say like, bro, who you think is? It's like, no, dog. Arguments don't even argue the same. It's like, man, I'm not. Okay, I'm that. Cool, bro. Say less. Yeah. It's like I'm looking for security.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was a dude like, bro, I'm gonna pull up on you myself. I still got that in me.
Yeah.
Please don't get that twisted.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things like if you get one off and I get one off and then you realize like, yo, hold on, who gonna be Chosen's dad? Who gonna be Shakir's dad? Who gonna be Jaden's dad? Who's gonna be Pumbaa's dad? Who's gonna be Caesar's? When you start going down there, you start looking at it like, nah, bro, it ain't even worth it, bro. You arguing with me because I stepped on your shoe. Matter of fact, bro, I'll buy you some more shoes, bro. Yeah. I apologize.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, here we go, next clip.
They say Jaylen Brown speaking the truth and speaking out.
You know, dealing with the media, dealing with, you know, like corporate America, dealing with, you know, all these things that, you know, people of culture gotta, you know, deal with in order to feed their family. Mm-hmm. It's tough. It's tough. It's a running joke in my organization and in Boston, and people be like, yo, Jaylen never smile.
Oh, yo, Frederick Douglass.
They call me Sunshine. You know, like, here comes Sunshine. It's because I can't be that way in this space when I know like y'all don't operate on the same principles that I operate on. It's not honor. It's not nobility. They hide, you know, being mischievous through business, and that's the norm for them. But like I was raised, like if I'm gonna walk through a door, I'm gonna walk through the front door. Not trying to come through the side and all that, the angles, and I'm coming through the back, trying to climb through the window. Yeah. Like if I got something I gotta say, like that's how I think business should be done. Like I think business should be fair. I don't want nobody leaving from this experience feeling like they got hustled or some taken advantage of. Like, that's not how corporate America works. That's not how America works. You know, it's a lack of nobility. It's a lack of honor. So to have to walk in that and pretend like I don't know what's going on, ain't nothing to smile about.
That's real.
Yeah. That was heavy, but that's true.
And that's what I wanted to ask too. Like even when your playing days, obviously you're more free because you represent Cam Newton. But when you did represent, and what you always will represent because it's just what it is, the NFL, the Panthers, Patriots, whatever. Did you feel like you were free to be totally you?
No, and everybody knows it. There's a certain, how can I say it? Like you're muzzled to a degree as an athlete, especially if you're an athlete of value to the franchise. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't matter if you're a franchise guy or even going back to college where you could still be labeled a franchise guy. Mm-hmm. You know, and my heart goes out to the Ryan Williams. My heart goes out to the Jeremiah Smiths. My heart goes out to the Lamar Jacksons, the Patrick Mahomes, because it's like you got all this money and you can't be seen drunk. You can't be seen, you know, having a good time. You can't be seen at a club. You can't be seen, because if you're seen, cool, but now you're running the risk of what could come from that.
And not even being seen, but some of your views on what you believe in.
Oh yeah, like that's the personal principles that you stand by. Yeah. Like look at Kyrie Irving.
That's a big thing though, because now those people, you all are in a place that you have an ecosystem of people that rely on you financially. Mm-hmm. But in a room by yourself, you might feel a certain way to be like, man, I want to go on social media and just tell the world.
Just go on a rant. I want to go on a yay rant.
So it's like, it's like, what does that pressure feel like? It's like, I have to suppress myself. I have to suppress my emotions because I have to feed myself, but my family. Like, that's a lot of weight.
Got to play the game, bro. You got to play the game. And it's frustrating sometimes when you get it and realize, like, yo, I really can't be me. Mm. Because there's stances that I have, like one of the most awkward positions to be in was during my playing days when one of the social justice kind of stance was to kneel for the American flag, the national anthem. And it's like, yo, I support. There's certain beneficiaries in the principles of what you're taking your stance on. I support that. We do need to shake up the status quo. We do need to, shake up people's persona or how they view certain things, because it's not right. And yet still that happened in 2017 and still racism still exists. But it caught people's attention. Yeah. It warranted a lot of unanimous decision to say it's time for change. Yeah. So yes, was it worth it? Yes. Did somebody sacrifice for it? Yes. But it wasn't viewed as the right way. Yeah. If you know what I'm saying. Because it's like we all come from many different places, many different backgrounds, many different ethnicities, many different religions, and it's a melting pot of how can we coexist? Yeah. And money is gonna hush us. Yeah. Because if I say something that I genuinely believe in and it's degrading another person, and depending on who that person is, it's like, no, we're not gonna support that. Yeah. And we're not gonna support you who supports that.
And I think that's real because you're in a situation of, they say, oh, you shucking a job and you working for the man. But even from my perspective, like I'm a son of an activist. And years after he finished, he was just like, man, some of the stuff that I did, like even when I was in need, I just didn't have anybody to support me and all of the people I was supporting and put my name on the line or my neck on the line. And it was just like, I used to think that was so important, and which it is. Obviously, we got to speak up for our people. We got to speak up for equality, but also having a balance too, because what you just said earlier, it was like nothing is more important than providing for my kids, being this for my family. And that's when people was like, the outside world, you ain't nothing, you a sellout, da-da-da. It's like, but when I come
home, Uncle Tom.
You Uncle Tom. But it's like, bro, look at the life I'm providing for you. So it's just like
But this is the thing. This is the thing that hurts even most. It's like everybody says what they would do, but when it's time for them to do it, they don't do it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's like, yo, we need more opportunities in our community, but you ain't doing good with the opportunities that you do have.
What are you doing? And everybody equated, well, we need money. It's like, but even with the time.
Bro, man, I had a high school coach really expose where like the players is like, dog, we all say we want a better community, but you littering. We want a better community, but you know, you want the white man to love the black person, but the black person don't love the black person. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or the black person don't love the white person. And there's reason behind it, but it's like, yo, dog, like a negative and a negative ain't gonna
make no positive.
I don't care how much. Like love is going to get us through. It's not something that you're gonna say like, man, I want you to look past all this. Like, yeah, I did all this and yeah, I did all that, but give me an opportunity, or I'll change when I get the opportunity. But you gotta already be prepared for that. You know what I mean? That's real. Here we go. Third down fan question of the week. Let's see what we got.
Chris Peace. He said the Giants signed Jameis Winston. React to it. What do you think about this? It's a 2-year, $8 million deal with the New York Giants. Do you see this as a good move, and do you see them actually still going to draft or pick up a quarterback?
I think Jameis Winston will be of value to any young guy that's coming in, and a good resource if you know to patch up a skill that can he get you through a game? Yes, he's shown that with the Cleveland Browns. I mean, for one point last year, we was like, yo, Jameis Winston can still play, and he beat the Baltimore Ravens. Which is a playoff contender. But then it was like, Jameis gonna do some Jameis activity.
Famous Jameis.
You know, but that don't, Jameis Winston is probably one of the most interesting and entertaining NFL players to date.
Yes.
Because when he get in his bag of like, I'm just gonna, you know, all that. Call it corny, call it crazy, but the boy, he stay with a job, don't he?
This is the 10-year anniversary of the 2015 season.
Yeah.
So this is a question for me as a fan. What does this feel like? Do you feel like that moment in time with Carolina was a big moment for you all? And what's your idea of how do you even celebrate something like this? Because everybody don't get to do this, but with that type of team, do you celebrate this type of moment? And what's your idea of how to celebrate or how to honor that 2015 season?
There's no denying that was something special in Carolina that year. Do you celebrate it? Absolutely. Do you take the time to highlight the personnel that was affiliated from executive team, general managers, head coaches, and players? Absolutely. And even ownership? Absolutely. Because the sad truth is nobody cares about who lost or second place. You're just the first loser.
Yeah.
But the reality of it all is it's like there's not a lot of teams to have been in that position in the first place. And the impact that came from it and what came from it was so much. The team celebrations, the celebratory actions from the dab and the Superman and just the authentic nuance that the Carolina Panthers 2015 season represented for the masses is something that will never be forgotten. And that's what I'm most proud of.
I think even a person from Charlotte, as myself, I don't even know if with the team, the Panthers really understand how y'all shook up the city. Like, Charlotte isn't known for having great teams. Like, the Hornets, obviously, when Larry Johnson, Muggsy Bogues, we had the Jake Delhomme, Steve Smith, Muhsin Muhammad when they went to the Super Bowl. But just having that type of flair.
But in modern day.
In modern day. But even then, though, we went to the Super Bowl, but we just didn't have that swag, that flair.
Yeah.
And it was just like, we had Juju, obviously, and then it's TD, and it's Luke, and the Khalil, Coach Ron Rivera. Shout out to him just getting that job at Cal as the GM. But it just gave the city like another post. And it's like, you love the sport, but then also the city grew. It's like, man, Charlotte a place to be.
I'll tell you this, it's the perfect explanation of the American dream.
Yeah.
And we all love underdog stories. Yeah. Nobody ever looked to Carolina as a team of dominance. Mm-hmm. And even when you look at Auburn, nobody ever looked at Auburn as a team of dominance. And that's what I'm able to hang my hat on and say, like, yo, everywhere that I've been able to be the catalyst of the underdog. Yeah. And that person, that persona, that aura that I brought to the game was just like trying to motivate everybody as well as motivating me, that nobody was believing in you. Nobody believed in us. Nobody thought that we could be 8-0, 10-0, 12-0, 14-0, and inevitably ending the season almost perfect in 15-1. Not a lot of teams have ever been 15-1. Yeah. Feel what I'm saying? And that's the thing that you have to take a step back and look at, okay.
That was pretty cool. Yeah.
There you have it. Here we go, Newton's Law, 4th down. Peggy, what we got?
Performance versus persona, all right? So Asante Samuel goes at prime time, all right? So Asante Samuel's put out this tweet putting numbers against Deion Sanders' prime time as if it's some comparison of the two. Let's check this out.
Deion played 188 games, 53 interceptions, 3 playoff interceptions, 2 Super Bowls. Asante, 51 interceptions, 7 playoff career interceptions, 2 Super Bowls. 50-plus interception, 94 pass. Please start saying they don't throw his way. Asante, I love you, bro. I love you. I think you're phenomenal. But you're not in time's realm. That's not even close. You're not. Nobody will ever say Asante Samuel and Deion Sanders in the same breath. You were fabulous. That's the greatest corner to ever put on pads and a helmet. The lockdown, where do you think this term came from? Where do you think that term came? Ocho, do you realize where that term came from?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The cover corner, the shutdown corner, the cover one side of the field. When he took sometimes people like, when I say time locked it down, there was no safety in the hole. So if you ran the post, go back and look when he picked it on Rocky Ismail. He got him man to man.
Yeah.
They threw a post with nobody in the hole.
Yeah.
Time ran, jumped over the top of him and picked it.
Yeah, I remember that.
Put the ball up and came back this way with it. Asante, you are fabulous.
Yeah.
You're not time, man. You can put all these stats up. Bro, you're not time. I get it.
So that's what he said. Obviously, he went on. But Asante Samuel responded through Twitter or X and said, that's your problem, pimp. You are also brainwashed, Shannon Sharp. I'm not worried about what everyone perceives to be true. Like yourself, I stand on fact, and you've yet to talk about the facts. You can easily be manipulated just like everyone has because of marketing. I bet you won't debate me. Big facts. So, Cam, Asante Samuels, obviously the numbers are close. He had...
Hold on. Because play the video.
I'm just asking you, find the general manager, find the head coach, find the receiver, because he talking like he was that. I guarantee you, when you find somebody that say he a top 10 cornerback, if we go back and study history, top 10 corner. So we got Time, we got Reeves, we got Mel Blount, we got Rod Woodson, we got Darryl Green, we got Aeneas Williams, we got Mel Blount. Okay, that's 7 right there.
6.
Where are we going to put him?
Keep it going,
in the list of all time and the history of the NFL?
Right.
Is he cracking the top 10?
Keep going. Hold on. Keep going. Because this is the one that got to me.
They're quiet.
Keep going.
That's your homeboy. He from Florida. I want you to tell me. You tell me. There have been a lot of guys. But number 2-1 is at the front of the line.
Yeah.
He talking like he in that group. Look, we go into a room in the Hall of Fame. Okay. We go into a room. We all into a room. Mm-hmm. But there are certain guys at certain tables. We in the room, but we not at that table. He not even in the room. He on the outside. Hey, y'all know I played, right? Yeah, but this for big dog.
Not low dog. Come on in the room.
It was a quote that he said in that same video. Your own son wouldn't say that you better than prime time. And that's a nut kicker right there. That's a knee slapper.
And nut crack.
That's a cheek clincher. Right in the schnoz. But, bro, Asante, come on up here, bro. I seen the video, I done seen all the content and the context behind it, and you do have a valid point. Mm-hmm. It is something that you have to think about it. If you want to speak facts, yes, he's right. He can go toe for toe with a guy like Deion Sanders. But what Deion Sanders brought to the game, Asante Samuels, you didn't. And that's the unfortunate part. Because the title of this 4th and 1 debate is really persona versus performance. And you can go back in the history of time of any athlete, and the ones that are generational, the ones that are transcending athletes, they have the dynamic duo of having a persona, and that persona is matched with performance.
All right.
Asante, you just didn't have the persona. And not to add in another caveat that Deion Sanders impacted the game was special teams. Asante Samuels didn't really have that type of impact.
So let me ask you this. If Deion was not prime time Deion, do you think the debate would be closer? Do you think that persona, or was his play just a lot different? Because if we look at these stats, this is what we're going to say. Total pass, this is Asante Samuels. Total passes defended, all right, was 161.
Yep.
He had 51 interceptions, 113 pass breakups, all right?
Bro, it's like...
But I got to give you primes, though. Total pass defended, 94. 53 interceptions, 41 PBUs, all right? So, but Deion had a higher percentage of INT rate, which was 56 versus Asante 31%. But like Shannon Sharp said, people strategized against Deion.
Man, let's keep it black and white, bro. Like let's show these statistics and these facts. Asante, you don't sell. Like, did you have your own shoe? Did you have a iconic moment before the draft? Did you cross over into other sports? Must be the money. Like, did you have those iconic moments that if somebody else becomes a rapper, it's just them becoming a rapper? But the fact that Shaq was a rapper is like, oh, now that's a big deal. The fact that Shaq was in Kazam, oh, that's a big deal. Mm-hmm. Like, yo, Kobe rapped.
Yeah.
Like those guys, Michael Jordan was a movie star.
But what does that have to do with what he did on the field?
It's the persona, Peggy.
So that's what you're
that's
saying.
Why
that's why
we celebrate prime time more so than Asante Samuel. And it's sad, but it's true. Like, if Asante Samuel walks into anywhere, everybody would be like, who's that guy? That's that, bro. And I already liked you. I liked you even more when you was making your point. Cause that Fort Lauderdale 954 was oozing out the video. I love that, bro. But if we talking facts, it's like, bro, Deion Sanders was more than just a football player or a baseball player, bro. Like, he represented the culture. Like, you played for a multitude of teams, one of those teams being Atlanta. I played against Asante Samuel.
So what was it?
I knew Asante to be a cornerback that could lock down a receiver.
Okay.
He was a guy that was going to take chances. But the ingredient that he was missing that Deion had was persona. Like, the Deion Sanders aura, last time I saw Deion was at the Super Bowl. Man, it was like, bruh, this dude walked in looking like it. He had the iced out whistle. He had the shades. He had, hey, dog, let me tell you how to do this, dog. Hey, man, that's prime.
But I got to get you on this part, though, Cam. Him, prime time on the field versus Asante Samuel. Was it, okay, stats might have done this, but Deion did a lot of things that didn't show up on the stat sheet. Just like what Shannon Sharp said, he locked down a whole entire side of the field. Versus Asante, that wasn't, people were still throwing it Joe way. People didn't want to throw it Deion's way. Like, so even when I'm thinking about these numbers, I feel like the difference between the two, they didn't even want to go Deion's direction.
But there's times where they didn't want to go Asante's way too, so you can't say that.
Are you like? But was it?
Because I'm telling you, like, Asante Samuel was a person that you had to respect, so he wasn't a slop there.
Yeah.
Like, let's be mindful. Like, from a player who's played against Asante Samuel, he was not a pushover.
So what your argument is saying is pretty much Deion and Asante the same type of guy.
Yes, but what I'm also saying is this is not anything to do with on-field performance, and that's why he is.
So you're proving Asante right, because he pretty much said you all are manipulated by the marketing.
Add in all factors. Add in on-field performance and off-field performance, and that's why he's celebrated as such.
So we got a few people that can persona versus performance. So we got a Warren Sapp versus John Randall. Warren Sapp, 196 games,
yes,
96 sacks, 19 forced fumbles, 7 Pro Bowls, 1 Super Bowl. John Randall, 206 games, 137 sacks, 29 forced fumbles, 7 Pro Bowls, 0 Super Bowls.
Man.
Hold on, I got this one. This one might be good too. The Marshall Faulk versus Curtis Martin. Curtis Martin, out of 168 games, has 14,000 rushing yards, 90 touchdowns, 5 Pro Bowls, 1 Super Bowl appearance. Marshall Faulk, all right, greatest show on turf, 176 games, 12,279 rushing yards, 100 touchdowns, 7 Pro Bowls, 1 Super Bowl win. So when you got these names, also Ray Lewis versus London Fletcher, they have similar stats. But when you have these type of brand names, personas versus other players that were good.
Yes.
Is it wrong that these people get all of this recognition?
And some players are Hall of Famers and
some are not.
And it's because of the persona.
So your persona will get you a gold jacket over just
Not only your persona. See, that's what we're missing. I'm like, the dynamic duo here, Peggy, is what I'm saying.
So you need two to go through.
You need two to be elevated to a transcending athlete.
Okay.
Like Michael Jordan's persona was larger than life. He didn't necessarily have to talk. And in most cases, he got scrutinized for not talking about social issues. Start talking about things that we need black people to speak up on. He didn't do that. But we still go and buy his shoes.
Because he said, I'm the greatest, I'm going to do this, I'm going to win, his focus.
But he donated a lot of money that people ain't talking about either.
Yeah, he just opened up another hospital.
So a lot of these things that we always scrutinize the individual player. Huh? We always scrutinize the LaVar Balls. Yeah. We always scrutinize the Terrell Owens.
They scrutinize you. You said which one, Super Bowl ring or MVP?
The MVP.
But it's going to help you eat later on in life.
Man, bro, listen to me, dog. Like, we're gonna hang our hat on the facts, or we're going to hang our hat on the morals that ain't nobody sticking to. Because it's like, yo, you look at Tom Brady. Tom Brady has an aura, has a persona. Yeah. The Tom Brady that was in Tampa Bay was not the same Tom Brady that was the two-time, Super Bowl winner. Yeah. He evolved into this person that we've seen.
I would say that comparable to what you say, Aaron Rodgers even versus Drew Brees.
Come on, man.
Aaron Rodgers got this persona. Drew Brees is like, oh, he still won a Super Bowl.
He's a
great guy.
He's a good guy. He's a likable guy.
Yeah.
But being a likable guy ain't always good for long-term longevity. Yeah. And that's my argument there. Now, I'm not saying, and this, I can hear the comments now. Man, this is coming from a very individualistic person. Yeah. This is the same person that said, I came into a league where I see myself as an entertainer and icon. This is the same person that said, give me the MVP over the Super Bowl. But listen, individual success is needed in order for the team to win.
That's true. It starts with you.
It starts with holding yourself accountable. Yeah. Mr. 50, Locha Polka. I need Peggy to be the best version of Peggy.
Well, what about this? We got one that just last submission that came in. Cam Newton versus Andy Dalton. Cam Newton, 158 games, 32,382 passing yards, over 5,000 rushing yards, 190 TDs, and 1 MVP. Well, they didn't put rushing TDs on that. But Andy Dalton, 145 games, 35,226 passing yards, 1,387 rushing yards, which is a big difference, and 232 TDs, 0 MVP, 0 Super Bowl appearances.
When did you get these yards? How did you get them? Huh? Did you have any awards to back that? When you think of a guy like Kirk Cousins probably thrown for more yards, and he can compare statistics versus statistics, but it's like, yo, first pick of the draft, rookie of the year, Heisman national champ, took a team to the All-Pro, Pro Bowl. Need I go?
No.
A lot of superlatives, postseason superlatives.
And that's what
so it's like, yo, Asante, game time versus any, like, yeah, you can accumulate statistics, but when are those statistics being done? Prime time got his name because he performed
in prime time. And I think that's what separates him and Asante Samuel.
That's the persona. It's like, yo, I'm going to show out.
When the
I'm
lights
going to
bright.
go out and show out when the lights are the brightest.
Yeah.
That's the persona. That's
when you make your name.
Man, come on. Monday Night Boog, bruh. You feel what I'm saying? Like, man, come and holler at me, man, when everybody get nervous. Mm-hmm. When everybody start clenching their cheeks.
Yeah.
That's when I'm like, yo, bro, like, let's rock and roll. Give me the ball.
Yeah.
I need it. Trust me. I don't bet on nobody. I bet everything on me because I've done that so many times in my life, and I've won. So that's what statistics can be skewed a little bit, and that's what I'm trying to say to Asante. It's like, yo, bro, like those statistics can go hand in hand, but like, bro, the common denominator with that is the statistics that are at hand doesn't match the persona of the person too.
It's not a full scope.
Like Jerry Rice, bro, even though he was a good guy, bro, he had a persona about him.
Yeah, that dog too, yeah.
So let's look at this list where we went outside of the game of football, right? Kobe gets celebrated, rest in peace.
Yeah.
But what about a guy like Tim Duncan?
Still got
a boxer or a fighter.
Yeah.
We praise Conor McGregor, rightfully so. But what about Khabib?
Yeah.
Who's more decorated, but he's not the loud, you know what I mean, person that just walks around selling suits, dreams, and proper 12.
Yeah.
Ali, Joe Frazier.
Yeah. Went down to the wire.
Yeah, come on. Like, bro, you look at Roger Federer and Nadal, and then you look at Novak.
Yeah.
Like, that, bro, you can go, it's multiple examples around sports that we can say they had the performance, but not the persona.
Yeah.
Being a likable guy can get you up into a point, but not transcend the sport. Last thing for me is
What you got?
what transcends the sport as a game changer. That's not to say that Asante Samuel was not a game changer. Mm-hmm. When somebody goes to try to find a version of you, prime time, folks had to go draft. Man, we need to go get us one of them.
We need him.
Asante was even drafted because he potentially was a
Prime time, yeah.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this aura that he has, there's no denying the fact of individuality.
And we ain't even going punt returns and all that.
That's what I'm saying.
We
Like,
ain't
you're not even
touchdown.
like, so statistics can be skewed a little bit, not looking at the big scope. Like, you're looking through the peephole.
Because that's just like somebody judge you of like, well, Cam threw for these amount of yards. It's like, well, how many rushing yards? How many rushing touchdowns? Because those add points too.
Man, the thing that Shannon Sharp spoke on, obviously he's a Hall of Famer, but at the point of his playing career, he owned every single tight end record known to man. That's what records are known for, just so we can document that.
Yeah.
And when you add whoever, the flex is, bro, I can compete with anybody. Look at my whole body of work. Don't just look at a section of my work. You feel me?
Facts.
And the persona of primetime is no denying or debating how great he was. He represented and stood on what he believed in. Some good, some bad, but most of all, it was something that impacted the culture and people.
Polarizing.
Just that.
Yeah.
So Asante, dog, like, man, that argument is very valid, but there's also some things that is not being mentioned because of the challenge of the debate. Did we make our point, Peggy?
I think you did, bud.
So as we end things here, 4th and 1, we must remind you to one finger. Hey, yo, okay. I said one finger. While you at it, add in the pinky. Huh? Yeah. Can't forget the dog, the thumb. Huh? Yeah. One more time. I said one finger. Can't forget the pinky. Add in the thumb. All together, one love. You dig?
And it's a wrap.
Woo!
Yeah.